last class we have already talked about that what is the SIEM. So what are the SIEM and what is the SOC. So we have talked about that there is no any chances of 100% prevention of from the attacks of cyber securities. That's why we have to monitor the organization 24 into 7. After that we can detect the threats, malware or anything. After that we can mitigate the things. So SOC is something like Security Operations Center is something like a dedicated site where websites, database, data centers and servers, network, desktop, applications and other information devices are monitored and assessed in real time for suspicious activities. Okay, we have talked about like that. If we say about what is the SIEM, if we talk about that what is the SIEM, so we have already talked about the thing. If we talk about that, this is the centralized thing, and in the SIEM this is the center point, and all the things like website, web app, data center, servers, antivirus, IDS, IPS, firewalls, wireless, point, etc. All different tools come together and monitor from one central point, and that central point is called centralized point or SIEM. And why it is needed? To protect sensitive data from exposures, for compliance with industry rules such as PCI DSS. It helps limit the damage of an intrusion or data breaches, for businesses to function smoothly, improvises the risk posture of an organization, incident management, etc. Okay. After that, we have talked about one thing again, that why SIEM is really needed. That if we talk about one thing, that there is something, we have created a malware.exe file, and when we send that malware.exe file to any systems or organization, that the firewall of that organization or that thing will detect that malware, because there is some rule based or signature based are there. Okay, and this will detect this threat. But it will change the extension to .exe with .pdf, then firewall will not detect the threats. Okay, but IDS will detect the things. But if we again encrypted these things, okay, if we encrypted this thing, then IDS will also could not detect these things. Okay, so that's why SIEM comes into the picture, because we have to monitor all these things, all the suspicious behavior we have to monitor. Okay. After that, if we talk about, if you want to building a SOC, so what are the important things you have to look out while you are building a successful SOC? So if we talk about Security Operations Center, is a security as a service. Okay, so which deals with intrusion detection and security event management. To run a successful SOC in an organization or to provide a good quality service to another organization, a SOC must have the following things like human resources, technology and tools, infrastructure, management and processes. Okay, so this how it is very important to know about the thing. So if we talk about the human resources, but before the talk about human resources, we have to talk about something like SOC teams or roles. So where we have already talked about L1 roles, L2 roles, L3 roles, team lead, ship lead. So it is something like team lead, ship lead are equivalent to L3 roles, SOC manager, CISO. So all these we have already talked about yesterday. Like if we talk about L1, so it means identify actually alerts, loops alert, okay, collecting data from different sources and receives alerts and loops on daily basis. If we talk about L2, so L2 genuine incidents which is not resolved by L1 received to L2. So L2 is receiving pure incident. If we talk about L3, so L3 is nothing, it is something like that more experienced L2 person. Okay, so it is more experienced than L2, and which will be only critical incident they have to look, which is not resolved by L2. Okay, and ship lead, team lead are some equivalent to L3. If we talk about SOC manager, so after L3, who is head of SOC and are responsible and directed the SOC link between management is the SOC manager. And after that there is something called as CISO. If we talk about CISO, so CISO is something like Chief Information Security Officer, head of security and organization create policies. Okay, so who's responsible to create the rules and policies? Understood? Let me check if there any problem. Okay, so we have already talked about these things. After we have also talked about some more roles of SOC teams. Okay, so we have talked about some SOC analysts, who is responsible for investigation, detection. Okay, so we have also talked about SOC engineer, who is in charge of maintaining and updating all tools. We have talked about a SOC architect, creating the links, data flows, outflows, SOC consultant, SOC specialist, who is one government expert, also known as SME. After that, delivering all data and advice to analysts. After that, there is something called as SOC admin, configuring, updating, tuning the tools and rules. Okay. After that, we have talked about some types of SOC. Okay, so how much type are there, or how are the type of SOC? So we have talked about some external SOC, internal SOC, virtual SOC, co-managed SOC, global SOC. So in external SOC, so it is something like third party. So if any company, or I can say there is some startup company, okay, and now this startup company has to look up the cyber security, so they can hire some extra, or we can say some extra company whose work is for the looking of monitoring of the cyber security with the SOC company. So this is called as third party. So company paying outside as SOC. Okay, so neither tools are internal nor the people are internal. So these are absolutely external. Okay, so these are called as external SOC. After that, there is something internal SOC, like tools are also internal and people are also internal. Okay, so this is called as internal SOC. After, there is something like virtual SOC. So there is no any infrastructure there. Okay, all things are on the cloud. So there the workers, or I can say the people of this company, let's say that there is a company ABC and they are the company of SOC management. Okay, the work of this company has to look out the monitoring or analyzing the log collection, everything is, and but there is no any offline offices, they are on the cloud base. Okay, so they have purchased some QRoC like things, I mean QRadar on cloud. Whenever you read the QRadar, you will know about the QRadar. Okay, QRadar on cloud. So in QRadar cloud, you will getting all things like event collection, flow processor, event processor, console, everything on cloud. Okay, so this will you have to integrate all the devices of company B. Okay, let's say company B is considering about you, then you get the tender. Okay, to looking the company B cyber security related things. Okay, and after that you have to integrate all the systems to the on your QRadar cloud. Okay, now you have to work, you have to collect the logs, you have to analyze the logs, all things you have to do on the cloud, so you can work as a work from home. Okay, so this is the thing you have to look into the virtual SOC. After that, there is something like co-manage. So co-manage is something like combination of internal and external. Okay, so it means either there is something tools are internal, either people are internal. It can be vice versa. So sometimes the tools are available, but people you have to hire from the third party, or either there are people you have, but you have to purchase tools, or rent tools from the outside. So this is something like co-manage. After that, there is global. So I already elaborate these things how the global SOC is working. So let's say you have a company, but you have many branches of your company in this world. Okay, let's say you have a company in India, you have a company in China, you have a company in Bhutan. Like this, you have many companies like Google, like Microsoft. So you have to look into every log. You have to collect every log of all your branches. So there is one dedicated infrastructure in your headquarters, but from everyone you are working as a virtual SOC. Okay, you were getting all the logs from your virtual sites, and all the logs were collecting on your main headquarters. Okay, so this is something like global SOC. Okay, it is not mandatory that all the things as a virtual. if you can there it can be a infrastructure also. All the branches have their infrastructure also, dedicated infrastructure also there is available. Okay, it is not mandatory that there is only virtual infrastructure. So it is all not mandatory, it is all depends on the company. So this is some types of SOC. After that we have talked about something P1, P2, P3, P4 alert type. This is known as SLA, Service Level Agreement. So this agreement you have to will agreeing with the client in order. So what the ticket is important according to the client level, you have to manage, you have to resolve first according to that. Okay, and this is different according to different organization. So if there is different companies, like there is different company A, different company B, different company C, and their P1, P2, P3, P4 time stamp level is different. So it is not mandatory that all company will follow same rule. So it can be different according to their company. If we talk about what is SLA, so SLA is the being basically used for one particular part where how service provider is basically going to help their customers, how fast they can do, how soon we can expect to receive alert from the provider for a security threat, or how we earliest we can mitigate it, and we can share all these things in SOC. Okay, after that if we talking about that after that if we talking about these things. Okay, so there is something we will human resources. If you are building your SOC, okay, so you want to establish your SOC company. So what are the important things you have to looking first? So you have to looking for SOC human resources. So SOC staff include security analysts, security engineers, and SOC managers who are professionally trained in IT and networking. They are usually trained in computer engineering, cryptography, network engineering, or computer science, and may have certifications such as CISSP, CISM, CCNA, etc. So SOC usually works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Shift should include at least 2 security analysts, and the responsibility should be clearly defined. So here you can shift at least up to security analysts of 12 hours, or you can judge it to be 3 security analysts like 8 hours, or it can be 4 security analysts of 6 hours. It depends on the organization and according to you. Okay, after that there is something like called technology and tools. After human resources you have to look into the technology tools. If we talk about technology and tools, so SOC is usually based on SIEM, okay, security information and event management. It merge and correlates data from traffic generate on network, from vulnerability assessment on network websites, compliance reports, logs, etc. SIEM, so SIEM is a combination of 2 different types of technologies. If we talk about so log collection and report generation, okay, and there is something like SAFE, analysis of event in real time and correlation events. So security operations centers often have multiple screens for the purpose of monitoring. The monitors display the events, ongoing incident, and raise alarm if there is anything suspicious, etc. After that there is infrastructure. So SOC is usually well protected with physical and technical security controls. So you have to find out your location of SOC. You have to give some physical security like camera, like guards. You have to give some surveillance like CCTV camera. You have to maintain your extreme temperatures. You have to give some AC cooler, because this is a system and system will run 24/7. It will heat, so you have to maintain the heat. Okay. After that there is something management and process. So the management and SOC process largely depends upon the scope that was agreed with the client company. So what are the scope defined? So the number of customers, how many customers you have, number of servers that are to be monitored, how many servers you will monitor, like 2, 5, 3, according to them you have to manage. So how many routers, firewalls, IDPS to be integrated into the tool. While you will learn cryptography, then you will know how to integrate these things. Okay, so let me say one thing first. From the 4th June, okay, let me okay, so from the 4th June we are starting our 2 new batches. So these batches are paired. Okay, so first one is certified ethical hacking, and second one is cryptography. Okay, so because this time cryptography is the market leader, so whoever wants to explore your knowledge in cryptography or CS, please you can go with this thing. So these both classes will be covered by Shiva, so you can think about these things and you can enroll in these courses. This classes will be full of practical. There is some part of theories, but this will full of practical. So just think, if you all want to enroll this in this program, just enroll in this program before Tuesday. If you enroll in this program before Tuesday, there is some discount you all will get. Okay, but after Tuesday there is no any type of discounts. So if there is anything you want to discount, you can. Okay, so continue to our slide. So there is something like management and process. Okay, after there is something like function of SOC. So there are many functions of SOC, but these are some important ones. First one is real time monitoring. So SOC will monitoring real time. Okay, it means whatever you get on your network, you will see on your monitor screen. Okay, so there is something called data aggregation. If we talk about data aggregation, so collecting the data from multiple centralized locations for analysis and store another centralized location, this is called as aggregation. So in this phase, log data is collected from all network devices such as computers, servers, switches, okay, routers, firewalls, IDS and IPS, which is stored in centralized relational database for analysis, screening, investigating and reporting any suspicious events. All collected logs are properly summarized for better visibility of suspicious events from massive amount of event logs generated by thousands of devices every second. So there are raw data from the endpoints like network activity, data activity, user identifiers, create intelligence, configuration and information, vulnerabilities and threats, application activity, cloud platform, etc. Okay, after that, so on different endpoint generate different alerts in different formats. So created into one type of format and arranged in the way that its particular endpoints create some type of alerts. So it is called as correlation. After real time monitoring and management, there is data aggregation. In data aggregation, there is something called as data correlation. So data correlation means in this phase, two or more event logs are combined to learn the intelligence of occurred suspicious event and can help to understand whole incident scenario. Following technique is performed to narrow down the scope for detecting suspicious event logs, and it is goes through there are some certain steps to correlate. First one, normalization. If we talk about normalization, it means generating log from firewall, IDS, IPS, all of the formats, all of the time, stamps will be totally different. So reformatting logs into one single type so that you can understand that at this particular time, at this particular activity has happened. This is called as normalization, and it will eliminate the redundant log entries. Okay. After that, there is something called as categorization. So it is just classify the category events log according to their insider threats, external threats, cloud risk, vulnerabilities, critical data. Okay, so this is something called as categorization. Okay, if we talk about after categorization, so there is something like prioritization. So which alert is impactful, critical and need to look first, that is called prioritization. Okay, after that there is something response and remediation. So whether it is actually alert or false positive, all the diagnostic events will be filtered out to eliminate the false positive, and only real alerts will be there so that we can remediate the real incidents before they lead to big damaging. Okay, so this is called data correlation. After that, if we talk about, so there is something after the real monitoring. If we talk about functions of, there is first one is real monitoring. Okay, after the real monitoring and management, there is something called as reporting and custom use. So if we talk about executive summary, so first one, executive summary is a brief of description at our findings and what actions have taken during the incident. Okay, which includes all the details like what kind of tools, tactics, strategy, and what do all people are being involved this particular thing. So this is the something like C-level people will work on this thing. Okay. After there is audit and assessment. So audit means checklist where we are flowing this thing, whether we are flowing this thing or not. So audit applies to the entire organization. Okay. And if we talk about assessment, so assessment means generating a report in which all the data about vulnerabilities, compromise, etc. for discussing with organization, client, and what take action to against them. It is called as assessment. After that, there is something called as security metric reporting. So it is something like these are basically details about the security posture of organization, where generate a report of security and it's share with the management to look into this and what type of tools, tactics, etc. are used in, and after looking this report they can make decisions and can done security investment. Okay, after there is something called as after action analysis. Okay, so there is some one forensic. So in this case, all collected data as an evidence is analyzed in greater depth to learn more sensitive information about the incident and could help to prevent so such incident from occurring next time. So after that there is investigation. So in this case, investigation is conducted if the incident was too damaging, as it may involve search team or law enforcement agency to trace back attackers' location and take legal action against them. So this is the some important thing which we have already discussed in our previous classes. So let me move on our classes. Next domain, that is our first domain. Okay, and we have already discussed and revised once again. Okay, so it is okay. Give me some.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay? Okay. Okay. Before move next topic, let's clear one thing. Now from here we will. If there any question or query, let me know, because now I am going to the paint page and after that I can't see what happening here. Okay, or whatever you have messaged me. So okay. So if we talk about, in this scenario we will discuss, we will learn, we will hear many times, okay, these three things: event, incidents and logging. So if anyone want to say about this thing, please let me know. Okay, so I guess, okay, so in SOC or SEAL, you will hear about these three things many times: event, incident and logging. But what these things are? If we talking about these things, okay, so let me write first. An event is the observed change in our day-to-day operation of system, network, process, workflow, etc. So if we talk about what is the meaning of event, so event means just an event is the observed change. If we talk about the important thing, so event is the observed change. Okay, if we talk about what is the event, so an event is the observed change in our day-to-day operation of systems. If we talk about the examples, if we talk about what can be the examples are, okay, so the examples can be, if we talk about what can be the examples are, so examples can be login successful and login failure failure events, etc. And there are many things like this. Okay, so this is things like called as events. Okay, after that there is something called what is the incident. If we talk about what is the incident, so if we talk about incident, it is something like, it is an adverse event that can affect the security of the organization. Okay, so if we talk about some examples of this thing, so it can be like malware infection. It can be in malware infection, it can be some viruses, worm, ransomware. Okay, after that there is something called brute force attack, etc. So in CH there are some part is spoofing and sniffing. There is some called as malware analysis. Okay, where you can know how to create some malware in Kali Linux in CH. Okay, there is something. So from there, but that type of malware can easily detect by the firewalls, because they are easily can detect by the signature based and rule based. Okay, so this is the, if we talk about the incident, so incident is an adverse event. Okay, after that there is something called as logging. If we talk about what is the logging, so it is process of recording and storing logs of events that occurs in network system. Okay, if we talk about some examples, so the examples are Windows logs, Linux logs, after there is firewall log, security log, etc. So if we talk about what is logging, so recording and storing logs are called the logging. Okay, so this three terms we have talked about: events, incidents, and logging. Okay, is there any question or is there any problem? Please feel free to ask. So this notes will share in the link after the class. There is no need to worry about this thing, main. And you all were talking about the video. So after the completion of this course, I will give you a way how to access these videos also. Okay, there is no need to worry about, because if in our paid courses I give the access the videos after the classes, but in the free courses we also give the access of this recording sessions, but after the completion of the sessions. Okay, so no need to worry about those things. But how the members of the groups are approx 37, but here I can easily see only 9 members are here, so I don't know why. Okay, no need to worry. Okay, so
One question, Vishnu.
after that there is something. Okay, if we talk about after that, we have already talked about events, incidents, logging. Now whenever there is incidents, events, logging, there is something 4 type of alerts will mention, and those four type of alerts are, I guess you have already guessed, and that 4 type of alerts are, let me write first: false positives, false negatives, true positives, true negatives. So these are the four type of alerts. So took me an example. So in night you are sleeping, okay, let's take an example. You are sleeping in the night, okay, but from the kitchen you hear some sound, okay, and when you go to the kitchen you find out that there your window of kitchen is open, and when you look here and there you find that your neighbor's cat is drinking some milk, okay, and again this is the scenario one. And in scenario, when you go there and you look here and there, you find out that there is a robber who wants to loot you, okay, who wants to loot you. So tell me first, who is the event and who is the incident? Anyone?
Incident is the second case and event is the first
Yes,
case.
Abdul.
Incident is the second case and event is the first case.
Okay. Event the first case, incident the okay. Okay, main. Once I can say the questions. So my question is just the simple. If I talking about the questions, so you are sleeping in your room, okay, and suddenly you hear the some noise from your kitchen, and when you go to your kitchen to check out what the sound for, you just see that your window of the kitchen is open, and then you look here and there and you find out that your neighbor's cat is drinking some milk. This is the scenario one. And in scenario 2, when you go to the kitchen and you look here and there, you find out that there is a robber, and he wants to loot you, okay, and he has some gun and knife, whatever the things, okay. So tell me, what is the incident in these two scenarios? What is the incident and what is the events? Okay, give me a minute, I have a call. Okay, so mine, tell me if you got the first one is event, and yes sir. So in this scenario, there is in both scenarios there is some alerts, okay, but when you go into the kitchen, you saw a cat, but that cat is not affecting your house or to you, okay, so that is called as event. But in second scenario, the robber will affect you and your home, that's why it's called as incident, and that is the some adverse event happen, okay, that is the adverse event. I am talking about that adverse event. So if we talk about that thing, as you know, so anything in changes, that is called event. As this at this example, there is changes, that there is a cat in your kitchen, that is called event, because there is not any affecting to your house or to you, that is called as events. But in the robber case, this will affect to you and to your home, that's why this will call as adverse event or incidents, okay. Okay, after that, okay, so if we talk about false positive, false negative, true positive, true negative, if we talk about these things one by one, okay, so there is something in false positive. If we talk about false positive, there you will get alerts, but there is no any attacks, so we can say there is some fake alarm, and company and organization want to minimize these things, okay. company and organization wants to minimize these things. Let me write this thing here. Okay. Okay. So if we talk about these things one by one, so if we talk about false positive, we can easily say fake alarms. Okay, this is something like fake alarms, and company want to minimize because many times they have to just waste their time to resolve this type of thing. So this is something like fake alarms. Okay, and company want to resolve these things. Okay, after that there is something called like false negative, and in false negative there is no alarms. If we talk about there is no alarms, and but there is but attack happened. Okay, and this is company never want. This is company never want. Okay, after that there is something called as true positive. If we talk about true positive, there is alarms, or we can say alert. Okay, and there is alarms and alert, and there is an attack. So company wants to avoid these things, wants to also minimize these things, because no any company wants that their company or organization is under attack. But we can say that company always wanting that this is the good thing. They at least know that they are under attack. That's why they always wanting. And this is things no attack, neither the alarm or alert. Okay, so this is the same. These are the things. So if we talk about perspective of the example of a suffered boy with some sheep and wolf. Have you heard about this story? A suffered boy and his wolf, and something like there is a suffered boy who goes to grazing the graze his sheep in the field, and he loves to shout, there is a wolf, there is a wolf, there is a wolf, and whenever the villagers come to check, but there is no wolf. Okay, but once when there is a comes, or really there is a wolf comes, and when the shepherd boy shout out again, there is a wolf, there is a wolf, and villagers not come out. So this is the story, something I would like to write here because of this thing, because from this story you will get some ideas. Okay, let me write this thing. Give me a minute. Okay, so this is something like true positive, or just we can say TP. Okay, here okay. So here if we talk about reality, full created shepherd boy said full outcome shepherd is a hero. So let me explain this thing into positive. So reality, there is the attack, and there is attack, there is a alert, and the cyber security analyst will mitigate the systems or anything else. Okay, this is the first scenario of true positive. After that, if we talk about again After there is something like false positive FP reality no full patent separate full outcome villagers are angry at effort for waking them up. So this is something called as false positive. Okay. Is there any questions?
No.
Okay. After that, there is something called as false negative. False negative or we just say FN. Okay. So in this scenario, something like why I am adding this, because after this you will get idea of true positive, false negative and true negative in just once. Okay, after learning this thing you will get idea at once. Okay, so reality, if we talk about again reality, so reality is wolf patent ever said no wolf outcome the wolf ate all the sheep. So let me write first and then I will again elaborate all these things one by one. Okay. After that there is something called as true negative. In reality, no wolf patent never say known outcomes everyone is fine. That's it. So let me, sorry for that, from next time I will already create the slides, because I am so busy today, that's why I could not create the slides for the today class. That's why sorry for the today thing. So let me once again say everything. In true positive, there is some alerts, and sorry, there is some attacks, and there is some alerts, and you can easily mitigate. So there is attack, there is alert in true positive. After that, there is something false positive. So in false positive, there is no attacks, but there is some alerts, and you have to just waste your time to resolve or search what the alert, why the alerts generate. Okay. After that, there is something false negative. There is some alert, there is some attacks, but you not alert, and the most critical information and the some information got still. Okay. After that, there is something true negative, no attack, no alert, everything great. Okay, you are just taking your tea, that's it. So this is something like true positive, true negative, false positive, false negative, that's it. Okay, is there any questions?
No, sir, no questions.
Okay, now we have to move Windows and event logs, Windows and Linux. Okay, so have you ever think about, so we have already know there is some firewalls for Windows, so there is any firewalls for the Linux? Have you anyone, there is any firewall for the Linux also? Anyone would like to say what is the name of the firewalls of the Windows and what is the firewalls of the Linux? Just message me. If no, please message me. No. So, so let me say one thing. If we talk about firewall about Windows and firewall about Linux, so for the firewalls, let me write once firewalls. Okay, so if we write firewalls, okay, for whose, if we talk about firewalls for Windows, it is something named like Windows Defender. Okay, if we talk about the firewall name, it is something like Windows Defender. Okay, and if we talk about Linux, okay, if we talk about Linux, so this for this there is name of something like IP table. Okay, so these are the two names of the firewalls of for the Windows Defender, and for the Linux there is IP table. Okay, please let me introduce one thing before going next. Give me a minute. I have to show you something first. Okay. So the screen is visible or not? Okay. So can you see this try hack me? Okay, I guess I have opened same thing. Uh, so please make your IDs, or I can say just sign up in try hack me and this PTLO, because we have do some practicals in these two things. Okay, so let me share the link to the message. Please make ID. So for today we will just find out. Just I will show you something before going next. Okay. We will lab on next Saturday, or I guess it is this Saturday. Let's show me something before moving to next. Okay. So if we talk about this thing, so we just talk about that the firewalls of the Windows are the Windows Defender. So if I open my event viewer, okay, if I open my event viewer, so then tell me that in Windows log where I will get my Windows log. Okay, if I go to the Windows log, so there you can see in Windows log, you can just see. Let me increase the size. Okay, you can see in Windows log there are some application logs, there are some security logs, there are some setup logs, there are system logs, there are provided events. So there are the logs of our my Windows. Okay, so tell me what are the where I can find the Windows firewall logs. If anyone knows, just tell me where I can find the Windows firewall logs. Okay, so I am in my event viewer, as you can see, and in event viewer I am in my Windows log. All the application related logs are comes here, all the security related logs are come here, all the setup related logs are come here, all the system related logs are come here, all the provided related logs are comes here. So tell me where I can find the firewall related logs. Okay, my Windows firewall related logs, where I can find them. Okay, just tell me. I will give you 10 minutes. Please go through your own system and tell me where you can find the Windows firewall log. Okay, these all are the part of the practicals. All are the part of the labs. Okay, please go through. Okay, and just say me where you can find out these things. Okay. So use a main in security section. Let me go to the security section. So just here I will search firewall, okay, and just wait for the second. If there is some firewall related logs, it will show, okay. So here you can see there is something we got, but this is not a firewall logs, okay. Here we can see there this is something, just there is something related to change in Windows security change, that's it. This is not the log which is related to the firewall, okay. Let's check me again, okay. You can check, there is no any type of log related to the firewall, okay. Let me show you where we can give I will give you 5 minutes or more, okay. Give me I will give you 5 minutes more. Okay, so let me show you something first. Let me share the screen again. Okay, so by the default, the all the logs which will create by your Windows firewall, it is something like off. Okay, so we have to open first. Okay, there is something here. You can say Windows Defender firewall. Here, this is the Windows Defender firewall. Let me open this thing. Okay, okay. Here you can see we talked about, okay. So here you can see these things, all the things related to the, so so you have to go to the properties, okay, and here you have to customize, okay. You have to customize, and where you have to send these things we have to, okay. This is the particular path, where all the firewall related logs are stored, okay. This is the system 32, and where is the system 32 in your system? The system 32 in the PC, this PC local C, okay. So you have to customize first. If you want to send the Windows firewall logs to the into the logs, you have to customize, and you have to send the, you have to customize here, and where you want to send there, you have to customize first, and then you have to choose the path where you want to send this all the logs, p firewall dot logs. So here all the logs are there. Lane, okay, this is the log. So this is the place where you will got the firewall logs. So this is the point where you can know where the Windows firewall logs are stored. Okay, this is the point where you can know where the Windows firewall logs are stored. Okay. So you can go to your PC, your system. If you say I will again show you how to do this. May I show you again? Can't see logs. First you have to customize main. Then you can see the logs, and the logs are in the raw data. You can't see the logs in raw format. Okay, you have to first normalize. Okay. You have to first normalize the log data with any type of themes. Whenever you read the themes like QDAR theme, Splunk themes, this type of themes, then you can know how to normalize the themes. Normalize the raw data. Okay. Before that, you can't normalize the data. You can't read this type of logs. Okay. For the logs, you have to integrate the device to any themes. Okay. These all the logs are this time all the logs are only in the raw format. Okay, I hope you understand me. Okay, so we have to now we have to read some Windows basics, Linux basics. Okay, and after that there is some practicals in TryHackMe. Okay, so just make your IDs in those link which I have shared this time in TryHackMe and BTLO Blue Teams labs, because on Saturday I will show you the before first I will teach you the Windows basic and Linux basic, and after that I will give you some practical things. Okay, after that we will move on to the digital forensics. Okay, so for the today this is the we should wind the class, because after that there is some batches I have to cover up. Okay, so we have just informed you that there are some two batches, which is some pet batches. First one is certified ethical hacking batches, and another one is pure team batches. Okay, these all batches are on the weekdays on alternate ways. Okay, and these both batches are fully practical based. So we are not forcing you, we are just inform you that there are some batches we are conducting this time. Okay, so if anyone wants to join the batches, you all are free to join. Okay, and it is very affordable price. You can research your own. Okay, after that you can connect to our Shiva, and he will be the instructor for the QRAR and for the CH, and he have already certified CH, and he have already working in QRAR, so he have a general practical knowledge on QRAR also. So it is on you. If you want to bring up your knowledge more, then you can join, otherwise no issue. So from next Saturday we will meet up again with some Windows basics and Linux basics. Okay, so till then, good night. And one thing I want to ask, so this is not complete things have this is not completed, there is some thing is remain, Windows basic, Linux basic. So do you want to upload these things or wait for the Windows basics and Linux basics, then I have to upload? Just message me what you have to like. Whatever you like I will do. If you will say that please upload this thing, okay, I will upload. Okay, then good night, bye. Okay,
Thank you.
if anyone there is any query related to those two batches, please feel free to message on WhatsApp. Okay, good night, bye bye.